What is up, all of you awesome and amazing people on YouTube? The old Coot here, coming at you with another exciting video. Okay, so let's say you're new to Amati, right? The Italian bitter, plural Amati. Singular would be Amaro, right? And you're trying to figure out if you like the more floral side, if you like the more orange fruit side, or if you like the more cola side, or maybe you like to mix, like you want a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you want to know kind of like where to go. This would be a flight that I would definitely do for like friends or coworkers or just people who were kind of interested and wanted to know what the different Amaro would taste like. So there's 6 here that are lined up, and I wouldn't necessarily do these straight, especially for someone who's not really into alcohol or alcoholic drinks or that kind of vibe. Maybe somebody is just looking to get into alcohol, so this would be more of like a lightweight, very beginner level introduction to the Italian Amaro. So let's start from the left and then we'll go to the right. And I'm missing a couple or maybe a few, which I'll get into as we go along. So the first one this is Ramazzotti Aperitivo Rosato, right? This one is 15% alcohol by volume, so it's not that strong. And what you're getting here is you're getting rose, hibiscus, a little bit of lychee, some peach. That's basically what it tastes like. And it does have the bitter element as well, because it is obviously an aperitivo, that kind of vibe. If you're just starting out, what I would highly recommend is maybe do like 1 part of the aperitivo to maybe 2 parts or 1 part San Pellegrino or some kind of club soda or something to just take that little edge off where you're not drinking it straight. Because sometimes drinking these straight can be overpowering, especially with like a Fernet, which we'll get into later. So that's what basically this tastes like, right? So you're getting floral notes of the hibiscus and the rose, and then you're getting a touch of like a peach, lychee kind of flavor. It's a little bit sweet, you get the kind of vibe. Okay, next one would be Italicus. This one has bergamot as basically the frontal note that hits you the most forward, and it's an aperitivo as well. That's what I like to call it, anyways. And same kind of vibe. You're getting just a touch of bitter, but you're also like very, very low on the bitter scale. It's more about the floral. It's more about the floral notes of the bergamot in there. That's what you're getting. Okay, next, what I'm kind of missing, or what you could start with, would be the Aperol and the Campari. Okay, so Aperol is the lighter of the two. That one's like, I think, 11% by alcohol by volume. The Aperol is very orange and it's bitter. Not as strong as Campari. Campari now, as you ramp up the orange flavor, you ramp up the bitterness, and you're getting just a touch, very in 100%, you're getting maybe 2, 3, 4, up to maybe 5% of that overall flavor profile as some kind of spice, and you can't quite figure it out. Is it like clove? Is it cinnamon? Is it cardamom? Is it something? There's something in there that you're kind of trying to figure out. That's Campari. Okay. Next, what I would do is the Montenegro, right? So like I said, you could do Aperol or Campari either before this or after this. But the next one would be Montenegro. Okay, so Montenegro now, what you're getting is what is the alcohol by volume here? It's 23% alcohol by volume. This is Amaro Montenegro. Okay, so what this is this one's a little sweeter, right, than the Campari and the Aperol. And what you're getting is more orange, right? So you physically taste the orange in there, and you're getting that bitter, and then you're just, remember, in a percentage of 100, you're getting maybe 2, 3, 4, 5% of this odd flavor that you can't quite pinpoint, and it's kind of woodsy, right? And it's kind of just barely like cola. So you're getting some cola notes. Think like not sweet Dr. Pepper or not sweet root beer, like unsweetened root beer. You're very subtle, right? But the predominant flavor is orange with a little bit of bitter, and then you're getting just this very subtle, like woodsy kind of note to it. Okay, next one is the Dom Benedictine. This one is, what is the alcohol by volume right there? It's 40% alcohol by volume. So this one's going to be a little bit stronger. It's going to be a little more intense in the orange flavor than the Montenegro was. And again, you're getting that orange on the nose, you're getting that orange on the palate, you're getting just a little bit of bitter, but then again, you're getting like of 100%, you're getting like really low 2, 3, 4, 5% of something that you can't quite figure out. It's woodsy, but it's kind of got maybe some like pine thing going on there. Very, very subtle. Like it's hardly detectable. If you have a more sophisticated palate, or someone in your group or party, family, friends, whatever, is able to pick that up, great. They're on the right track. Okay. Next would be something like Gran Classico. So Gran Classico, this is a Tempest Fugit spirit. By the way, they make a great Fernet that I'm trying to get. This is very hard to get. We'll get into that in a minute here. But this one, I believe, is, what is it, 28% alcohol by volume. So what's going on with Gran Classico is it's kind of like all of these, right, on like in a scale of 100%. You're getting some orange, you're getting some, barely getting that woodsy kind of note, right? Just a little bit more intense now. So maybe you're able to taste some of that woodsiness, but you're also starting to pick up like bark and roots, like unsweetened root beer, unsweetened like cola, that cola Kinotto. Like if you're familiar with Kinotto, the non-alcoholic Italian beverage, it kind of tastes like Kinotto. And you're getting a little more, it's a little deeper now. You're starting to get a little more spice. So to compare, if I leave this one out for a second, if you're going to compare like Montenegro to Gran Classico, or if you're going to compare Campari to Gran Classico, now Gran Classico is you're getting a little, very low, like percentage of 100, you're getting 2, 3, 4, 5% of like a little citrus in there, like bitter peel orange, bitter peel grapefruit, right? Your myrtle leaf orange and the peel bitter, but you're also getting some spice, clove, cinnamon, cardamom, that kind of thing. You're getting a little bit of woodsy, very, very light. Like you can't quite figure out like what's going on in there. Some people will say medicinal. I don't like that word because what does that mean? What I like to equate it to is woodsy, citrus, just a hint of like those Alpine wild herbs like thyme and rosemary and sage. I mean, very, very subtle. But the forefront, the big note that you get right off the bat when you taste this is cola, like unsweetened cola that has just a bitter touch to it. Okay, if you remember yesterday, we did the Lazzaroni Amaro, which was basically like a more rounded out, that would have been here. That's more like a more rounded out kind of profile, where the Lazzaroni is you're getting this, but more balanced, right? So it kind of has like a cola forefront. It's got the Kinotto non-alcoholic Italian beverage forefront, but you're getting these balanced notes of like it's sweet and it's bitter, but it's a little touch, like in a percentage of 100, you're getting like maybe 2-3%. Now you're starting to get some maybe some mint in there, right? And it's the good mint, it's the peppermint, it's the mint that actually tastes delicious. But you really have to have a sophisticated palate, or you really have to have something where you can decipher between the notes to pick out the mint. I caught it, and it was very, very subtle. But you're getting that woodsiness, that bark, that root, that unsweetened cola kind of a vibe. That's the main flavor from the Lazzaroni, right? Flavor. Okay. Next level, this would be kind of something you could either end your flight of 6 on, or 8, 9, or 10, or however many you wanted to do. Cynar now is where you're getting bitter. You're getting like a post-dinner digestivo or digestive. Cynar 70 is now you're starting to get into the vegetal side, right? Like vegetables. And obviously, the artichoke is their main, forefront. This one happens to be, what's the proof? I think it's 35% alcohol by volume, 70 proof. What you're getting here is the frontal note is the cola. No doubt about that. You're getting the cola Kinotto flavor. And then what you're getting in the background is, I picked up raspberry, like very subtly. It's there, and you're trying to figure out what it is. You're like, there's some fruit in there that you can't quite get. It's like, do you taste the artichoke? Yeah, it's there, but you can't figure it out because it doesn't taste like an artichoke. It tastes like bitter cola that's less sweet or unsweetened. And you're really trying to get it, and you don't quite get it, and you're trying to figure it out, but then you can't. That kind of, it's very like, it's it's just something that you drink and then you want more of and you can't quite figure it out. Okay, the last one, if you decide to go this route, is the Fernet, right? The Fernet is basically, a lot of times you hear a Fernet Branca, which to me, it's more of an advanced Fernet. It's something that if you're going to drink it for the first time, I would definitely mix it with something. Like you could do Fernet and Coco, which is Fernet and Coca-Cola. It's the Argentinian, I guess their national drink almost, right? But Fernet is now you're talking Alpine, right? You lose the cola, or the cola is very, very minimal. The forefront of Fernet is pine, and definitely woodsy. So it's like walking into the Sierra Mountains in Southern California or Northern California or whatever, and just breathing in all of that pine and alpine, all those notes, right? Very, very strong pine. When you taste it, that's when the menthol kicks in, and it's the spearmint side of the menthol, which to me is the nastier one. It's the yellow Listerine mint. So if you have to get an acquired taste for it, but if you are going to do the Fernet and you decide to go with the Fernet Branca, because that's probably the most popular, most available, that's what you're going to get. What I would rather do is something like, I think the Francisco Fernet Company, what they do is they make a Fernet that's rhubarbio, which is the rhubarb, which doesn't have the mint, or at least I don't think it has as much mint as, say, like the Fernet Branca would have. So if you're going to do a Fernet, especially for your first flight, right, I would recommend trying to get that Francisco Fernet that has the rhubarb one. I think if I don't make a mistake, I think it's the purple one is the Fernet that has the rhubarb, and there's hardly any mint in it. I don't think there's any mint in it at all. Don't comment down below, but that one is more of, now you're getting the alpine notes, right? You're getting the woodsy notes. You're getting the Fernet flavor without that nasty, gnarly, upfront abrasive mint taste. Okay, so I hope this video out there helps someone, especially if you're looking at getting into the Italian Amati, plural, or if you're looking at trying an Amaro, what to look for, what to get, etc. What's missing? Stay tuned for the next video. I'll get into that. There's a couple missing here that are truly Italian classics. Luxardo, Lucano. What's the other one? Nonino is another one that's missing. Stay tuned. I'll do another video and I'll show you that one here in a second. Anyways, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. There are some links to some cool products down below. Check those out, and I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.